To be as transparent as possible in this. You're probably looking like, okay, why is this girl like doing all of this and have this big water in front of her and these veggies? Well, if you've been following me, you know that I asked people to join me for a 10-day detox of only fruits and vegetables. So I've changed some things about this. I'm going to do it for 21 days. You don't have to do it that long, but I am. And we're going to follow the Daniel fast meal plan, and I'm going to go more into that in a moment. But first, I'm going to get on the scale right now and weigh myself. So this is me. Yes, and I'm going to step on the scale so I can have my start weight for day 1, and then I'll weigh myself again on the 21st day. So right now the scale is telling me that I'm at 179. So I gained weight. Like, if you all have been following me, you know I did a 10-day detox before and I had lost weight. I was in like the 160s. Well, I have gained weight, and I told you all this. So I'm doing this 21-day detox, which I'm following a Daniel fast meal plan, because I need to do this for spiritual and health reasons. I told you all before that I have hypertension. And so, I have 3 children. I want to live. And I also need to just do it for spiritual reasons. I told you all before, I'm a Christian. No, I'm not perfect. I'm not walking a totally correct walk. I'm not going to lie and make it as if I am. But, I strive to try to be the best person I can each and every day. So, as you can see, I'm showing you my full body. I wanted to be as transparent as possible in this video with doing this. So I do plan to wrap my waist at night. I don't know if you all have like a waist band, but if you don't, you can maybe try to purchase one, at Walmart or Target. And this is the front of me. Yes, I'm showing it all, y'all. I'm showing it all. See the 2 rows in the back. So I have to go work out. I told you all. So while I'm doing this 21-day thing, I'm going to be working out as well. All right, so now I'm inside Walmart, and it was a young man who actually suggested that I do a voice overlay because there was a lot going on inside Walmart. So big shout out to that young man. I don't know his name, but he works there at the front. He greets individuals that come into this Walmart. So if you go to my community page, you'll see that I posted the Daniel Fast meal plan as far as the things you can eat and you cannot eat. So you guys just saw me grab a bag of kale, and that's because I'm going to be making a kale and bean soup for my first day of my detox. It's going to actually probably last me like about 4 or 5 days. So the Daniel fast is from the Christian faith. You do not have to be a Christian to follow this fast because it benefits anyone who actually does it. But just so you know what we're following, and once again, I'm going to put that what you can eat and what you cannot eat up here on the screen. The Daniel fast is a method of spiritual fasting based on the prophet Daniel's experience fasting according to the book of Daniel in the Bible. So if you want to, research this even more, if you have a King James version, you could go to the book of Daniel, chapter 1, verse 12. It speaks about Daniel doing this particular fast. And also the book of Daniel, the 10th chapter, verses 2 through 3. So I'm still walking around. I may fast forward this because I want to get straight to what I'm trying to buy in here. And then I'm showing you guys me preparing my dish. I'm grabbing some fresh tomatoes because I plan on putting that in my dish. And I'm about to fast forward this. I'm looking for the beans. The beans are... And I want fresh beans. So the Daniel fast really doesn't want you to use like canned beans. They want you to use fresh beans. All right? Everything that's naturally from the earth, because and that's just too much sodium. And the reason why they don't want you to use canned beans is because of that sodium. That's sodium, okay? All right, so I love this bean, the beans right here, this 15 bean soup. So I'm going to make this. Probably going to get 2 packs. Because but I'm gonna just make 1 pack of it with my kale. And so yeah, this is gonna be my meal, and I have onions already at home. So this is gonna be my meal to start off my detox. Down in the comment box what your thoughts are. Make sure you go to my community page to check out the food guidelines according to the Daniel fast, so you know what you can eat and what you cannot eat. All right, and the reason why I'm doing a Daniel is because it offers a little bit more and it's still healthy. You're still eating everything from the earth, and I've done this before, and I've done it the full 21 days. And when I tell you, phenomenal benefits. Phenomenal. All right, you guys, it's me again, and we're going to prepare this kale and mixed bean soup. And I have various spices I'm adding in it, and we're going to get this show rocking and rolling. All right, let's get started. So these are the beans that I like to use, and you can get these from Walmart. So I'm going to use a bag and a half of these. Also, this comes with a seasoning pack, but I'm not going to use their seasoning. I'm going to use my own. First, you have to rinse the beans off. And as you can see, they look so beautiful. They're just so beautiful. All the various colors. It's just a variety of beans. And this is going to like keep me full throughout the day. Also, during the next 10 days, and if you plan to go 21 days, make sure you're not overeating, but you will need some sort of protein like a bean or nut to keep you kind of more full. Also, some people may eat potatoes because potatoes is considered a vegetable. So right now I have the beans in a pot and I'm running water in them. And I'm going to get these beans to start boiling in some, on the stove. So I told you guys I bought fresh tomatoes. So I will be putting the fresh tomatoes in this bean and kale. I want to call it like a detox kind of soup. And actually this is a dish that I created myself. I told you guys I'm not a chef, so please nobody come for me in the comment section like, girl, what you doing right there? I told you already I'm not a chef, but I just do my own thing the way I want. So I'm rinsing the tomatoes off. And I will be dicing up 2 onions. These are pretty large size onions. So the first thing I do, once I get the beans on, I like to cut up 1 tomato and 1 onion. So you see I have it diced up already. And I will be adding this shortly to the pot. And I'm going to keep the other 3 tomatoes and onions for later on to put in the pot. So I have cilantro, of course. I'm going to be using that. I'm going to be using some rosemary. And I'm going to be using some oregano. So I like to use spices. I'm a spicy type of girl. Yes. And I'm going to be using garlic powder. I love me some garlic powder. Black pepper. I'm going to be using black pepper. And I have my pot boiling. Now, I am going to add some seasoning salt because I'm going to need some seasoning salt. I have my kids. I have to make this flavorful for them to be able to eat as well because they'll be eating this along with me. So I'm making a pretty big pot. If it's only you probably only need 1 bag of beans versus me. I'm cooking a bag and a half because by us doing this fast, I'm going to probably eat this for lunch and dinner. Yeah. So I'm adding the spices right now in the dish. I'm going to try to fast forward this. So I need to make this flavorful because my children will also be eating this dish. And so you'll see me adding the seasoning salt, which you see now. I'm going to add some seasoning salt to this. And you see the beans are boiling. Now, remember, I only cut up 1 tomato and 1 onion, and I did that for a reason. I'm going to put that in a pot now so that can cook for a few hours in this pot. But the other remaining tomatoes and the 1 onion, I'm going to dice those up so that I could put them in a pot a little bit later once it's almost finished cooking because I kind of like my veggies to be soft but have a little crunch. So I like to put some in before for seasoning purposes, but then add some more for later. So now you see I have the kale. I've added the kale that I bought, kale that I bought from Walmart. It was already pre-washed. So I'm going to put some of that in the beans as well at the beginning. So like I said, the 1 tomato, 1 onion, and a little bit of kale at the beginning, and then save the rest for once the dish is almost finished because we like our vegetables with a little bit of crisp. A little bit of crunchiness. Crunchiness. Now, doesn't that look good? If you guys try this dish, please let me know if you try this dish at home and how it turned out and how did you like it? Okay, so we cut up the other tomatoes and onions, and we're going to store these for later. So once the beans have cooked down some more, when they're almost finished, we can add the rest of the tomatoes, onions, and also the kale. So right now I'm just taking me a little bit of break and I fixed me some fresh kale and tomatoes and onions on a plate because this was the first thing that I ate today. You also see that I have a big gallon of water. Now, if you're not crazy about water, you could buy fresh lemons during this time and drop some lemons in. All right. So we will be drinking a lot of water. And water also helps to get you full. They actually suggest that you drink a glass of water before you eat your meal. So I'm going to try to drink a lot of water. All right, so now the beans have cooked down. They're almost done. So we're putting in the tomatoes and onions. And we're going to add the rest of that fresh kale that we have as well. I'm going to let this cook a while, and I'm going to show you guys the final product and end this video. So this is the final product, you guys. Yes, yes, yes. The mixed beans with kale cooked in, some fresh tomatoes. I have some fresh tomatoes even dropped at the top of this with some fresh kale. Yes, and now I'm about to dive in. We're going to get through this, you guys, together. We're going to motivate each other. We're going to get through this. Like I said, if you aren't able to do the 21 days, if you can join us for the 10 days, that would be great. And I'm going to try to post something, if not videos, at least make community posts daily just for motivation. And I'm going to end it here on this note. I don't want this video to be too long. All right, you guys, if you have subscribed to Jasmine's Way, why haven't you? Subscribe today. Peace.